Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. All I can say is that racism is very expensive, very costly. And now I am going to say this. Why people are now the one talking, right? Why you people are busy trying to talk as it stands is because you all refuse to listen. When black men and black women were telling you people, when they were screaming at the top of their lungs, telling you people, come together, let's do the right thing. You all said, I do not want to vote for Kamala Harris. I mean, what qualification does she have, right? What can she do? But you all that were asking, what qualifications does she have? Turn around, right? And voted for somebody with how many felonies? And now you all are looking for a way to get trick black people into some certain things. Now I am going to say this. This anything going on right now, I am not going to say that it is not affecting black people, but this is your cross. When I say your cross, this is absolutely you people's cross to carry. If you look around all the people that came out for the protest on Saturday, 99% of them, that is 99% of them, voted for this particular man. Yes, you heard me right. And now you all are looking for a way to change things. I don't know what it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but all I can say is that you all lay the bed and you all are going to lay on it. Let's get into this video.
Right, so there's a large chance I'm going to piss a lot of people off, and I don't really care. So do you remember when Frederick Douglass, a couple hundred years ago, said that he really regretted learning how to read because it was such a torturous experience for him, knowing all the information that he knew and knowing the circumstances in which he found himself in where he couldn't do a damn thing. Long before I was a teacher, I studied business. In fact, I graduated summa cum laude, and so I was pretty goddamn good at it. What I think I need other people to understand right now is even if he removes all the tariffs tomorrow and goes, oops, I made a mistake, which he absolutely can't do. He's incapable of admitting any fault of any kind. Even if he did that, the standing in America on the platform with the rest of the world is gone. Gone. Like stock market, sure, problem. 401ks, whoa, bigger problem. Biggest problem is the shit that we export and import. Right now, we have proven that this is not just a blip. President Trump isn't just a blip from 8 years ago. This is now a long-term problem that America has, a decade-long problem that America has in the eyes of the rest of the world. Countries are going to start making their own alliances and saying, to hell with their imports and their export systems, I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. Do you understand the generational damage that this will do to Americans? We are not talking enough about the long-term implications of what the hell this means. He has proven himself and our country to be utterly unreliable. That they're done with us. They don't give a shit about us. We're on our own. He is isolating us on a financial and global scale. Do you understand what that means? Fuck! This is not just a political issue, you guys. This is a generational we are fucked issue. Have a good day. So there's a large chance I'm going to piss a lot of people off, and I don't really care. So do you remember when Frederick Douglass...
My name is Mario, and I'm tired of the bullshit. This woman is right. And this right here is what I tried to warn people about ever since Trump came down that escalator in 2015. Anyone who knew just the basics of macroeconomics should have been able to tell by Trump policy prescriptions then that he was going to do something that was going to ruin America's standing in the entire world. The thing that we all should be afraid of right now is the world abandoning the dollar as the world's reserve currency. And this is very much a possibility. If the world does not have faith in the stability of the United States government, if the world does not have faith in the stability of the United States currency, of the United States economic system, then those of us here in the United States, we're going to be fucked royally, and we're going to be fucked for the rest of our existence here. Right now, the United States is looking like a third world developing dictatorial shithole. Right now, Europe, Asia, and the rest of North America are trying to find ways around us so they wouldn't have to deal with us. And that should scare the shit out of all of us here in this country. We barely got through this the first time, and the handling of the global pandemic by Donald Trump was his test, and he failed it royally. But Americans don't have a long attention span, and they don't have a long memory. And they don't have an understanding of time cycles and time frames when it comes to policy. And now you have conservatives rooting for America's failure economically and somehow looking at it as a victory. Babylon is falling. And it is our anti-intellectualism that is causing our downfall. It is racism that is causing our downfall. It is a toxic social media environment that is causing our downfall. It is our two-party duopoly and our favoritism towards the rich and the corporate that is causing our downfall. It is ignoring the plight of the American middle class that is causing our downfall. It is ignoring the plight of the working poor and other poor groups that is causing our downfall. It is American xenophobia that is causing our downfall. It is our collective ability to be distracted by bullshit moral panics that is our downfall. It is our collective hubris and haughtiness and arrogance as a society that is causing our downfall. And unfortunately, this mess right here is not going to take one presidency to fix. It's going to take possibly decades, generations, if it can even be fixed at all. Anyway, I don't want to make this too long. Y'all know what to do. Y'all be peace.
Proven that this is not just a blip. President Trump isn't just a blip from eight.
Watch our video. No, he's not just a blip. He's America's habit. What's happening now is America's habit. I'm going to keep saying this. People that look like you, ma'am, I get you're on the right side. But people that look like you, ma'am, particularly white women, you keep sidling up to white supremacy. You keep voting for whiteness. When I say it's a habit, I mean it's a habit that America has. Whenever black people especially are perceived by your people as getting things that the collective white majority think they shouldn't have, or putting on airs that the collective white majority is irritated by, or having an attitude that the collective white majority don't think they should have, or the collective white majority is perceiving that we think we're entitled to, or that we're getting that they think we shouldn't have. America's habit is for white people to go consummately apeshit and destroy everything, even the shit they need, but just to make sure that we get knocked down back into a position that they think we deserve to be in, or that they're comfortable seeing us in. Yes, the nations of the world are right to see that this is not just a blip. This is America's habit, America's white supremacist, racist habit. I know a lot of white folks don't like to call your fellow white people racist because then you're going to have to look in the mirror and unpack your own racism to see how you've enabled it. But this is racism. As Professor Eddie Glaude said, this is us. Well, not us, not people like me, but this is us, meaning this is how the majority demographic is. Y'all are habitually, haplessly, reflexively, violently racist, retributionary, genocidal, destructive, nihilistic, masochistic. So it's not just a blip, ma'am. The nations of the world are right to run from us because this is the habit. And you know what the sad thing is? Say you guys wake up and oust MAGA and the Republicans from power. It's only going to be temporary. Why? Because white people have not done the job, the work of unpacking their racism. They refuse to. They don't think it's their problem. So because they refuse to unpack it, this habitual blip of destruction, nihilistic destruction and hate and scarification of truth from the annals of history is going to happen again because of people that look like you, ma'am. No, it's not a blip. It's America's racist habit. This is why this is happening. This is America's racist habit. Let me say it again. This is America's racist habit. This is not a blip.
A lot of people won't like this, but Trump supporters are white people's problem. It is a problem that they fail to figure out within their own community, and now we all have to deal with them. Because one thing that we can clearly see is that a lot of them don't actually care about educating one another. People say that they're anti-racist, and people come on TikTok and social media trying to pander to the Black community, how much they know about our suffering, while failing to impart this knowledge on their family members, on their friends. And the crazy thing too is a lot of them use Trump supporters simply as a means to feel better about themselves. When, if we're going to be completely honest, the great majority of them, if we're going to talk about Democrats and people who for some reason still believe in the Democratic Party, the great majority are not involved just as much as they're not. In fact, I would say Trump supporters are probably more involved. The problem is that white Americans do not have allegiance to one another. They don't actually have real allegiance to making the U.S. an overall better country for everyone. What the great majority of y'all care about is having a country that is good for you. Having a country where you will be okay. And this is the overwhelming problem. And so all of this work that has to be done with Trump supporters and deprogramming these people and educating them, it won't be done by Black people. Like, you guys genuinely want Black people to go into this hostile and ignorant space of people who know nothing about history, who are okay Sieg Heiling. Y'all have work to do in your own communities, but you're not doing it. Because at the end of the day, a lot of you only care about ego and feeling better.
Hey y'all, what's up? Good night, motherfuckers. I'm getting ready to go to bed, but before I do, I want to talk about these protests across America. I want y'all to be clear about something. The people who are out there today marching against that man were the same ones that sat behind his ass during his rally. Yeah, they were the ones wearing the MAGA shirts and the MAGA hats and thought DEI stood for nigga. And as quiet as it's kept, if it was not affecting them, and if it was only affecting Black people the way they thought it was, you think they would be out there protesting? You think they would be lending a helping hand? Do you think they'll be like, let's hold hands and sing old Negro spirituals together? Hell no. They're only out there because it's happening to them. But this right here is a perfect example how people are so goddamn racist in this country. Because even in the racism that they spewed towards black folk before that election, these same people have the same nerve to think that we supposed to come out there with them and stand on the front line and fight for y'all rights where you didn't give a fuck about ours on November the 5th. Like, it's just crazy to me. And 92%, y'all better not, because we tried to tell them, we did our part. We marched at the polls. Let they ass march out there in them streets. Or am I the only one that feel this way? What do y'all think? Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to hit the follow button. Toodle.
This is all I got from this video. The truth is that a lot of people really do not understand what is going on, especially with this administration. Some thought it was a joke and all of that. But the reality is that everybody is waking up to his slumbers and saying that a lot has really gone wrong. And when I say a lot has really gone wrong, so much has gone wrong in a short period of time. And to some people, it is okay. You know why? Because some people are quite blind. You know, no matter how bad or how good it is, we are still going to be fanatics of somebody, or we are going to still be clapping and gallivanting and jubilating over magas and all that. And I ask myself, why? Now, there is something that I believe in so much. I mean, I can like you and criticize you, and I can like you and not and speak the truth about your government and how your government has really been affecting everybody so badly. Majority of this, you all saw the march that happened, right? Which day? On the 5th, on Saturday, right? Now, there was a video that I saw, like, somebody was like, why do I have to go out to protest? Because I did the right thing. Why do I have to go out? Because if you look around, you definitely will find that the majority of the people that went out there to protest were the people that voted against their own interest, were the people that get voted for MAGA. And now the leopard is in their face so badly, and they are all outside and antagonizing the people that did the right thing but refused to come out. This is a very teachable moment for everybody. If you do not learn from what is going on now, you probably will never learn. And if you do not understand your history, history is bound to repeat itself, because it is only when you are knowledgeable enough, or when you align with your history, trust me, you will try as much as you can to avoid something like this happening again. And I am going to ask this. Are you sure there will never be an incident like this again? The truth is that it will still repeat itself, because some people, it is already in their DNA to punish others. I mean, one thing I have learned over time is to listen to people that look like me. Why? Because when they say A, go and check it, especially when it comes to history, it is going to happen, and it is a reality. I remember when I started talking about Black history, that was 3 years ago. My channel is going to 4 years, very soon it will be 4 years, right? And you all told me that, like, I heard you people constantly saying it, that they are going to make a mistake and then call Black people to accept democracy. I thought it was all a joke. Not until I experienced it firsthand in so many ways. And I am like, what? How can you people see something far away, like that far away? That is how political smart Black people are. That is how they have mastered the act of operation, right? It is something that they have lived. And when they predict it, trust me, except you are adamant. If you are someone that listens and that it's very active to check, is this happening or not? Literally everything you all said since I started this channel has all happened. I am not lying and I am not joking, and you all know. If you've been following me on this channel, you'd absolutely will understand what I am saying. Literally everything you have said has happened the way you said it. And what am I going to say? It is left for them to do the right thing, because it is not black people. This is not black people. It is you people. It is them. And when a black woman was screaming at the top of her lungs, white people kept saying, I don't trust her, but just a felony, right? Kamala Harris was right. Black women were right. Black men were right. You all said it. I am going to draw the curtain here. Racism is very expensive. See you all in my negative. Bye for now.